If you believe anything he said, you're a moron. You're an idiot. That's the simple truth. I'm literally at the gym watching Brandon Harding's response to me, where he lies in every single minute.
After about 4 days of sending him the email, I received my plan, and this was it was really confusing to me because the plan he sent me, it was like a glorified recipe book. He didn't give me set macros. He gave me an overall basis on the amount of calories I should have been consuming, which was anywhere in between 3,500 and 4,000 at the beginning of the plan. And he told me, Brandon, right here, there is about 300, 400 meals, all macro-friendly meals. I told him I'm not really a massive fan of all the macro-friendly, you know, protein, ice cream, low-carb burgers, basically all the kind of meals that his lifestyle clients would love to receive, because a lot of people, when they're following a plan, they don't want to actually feel like they're dieting, so they really like to eat French toast in the morning. They really like to eat low-carb burgers and low-carb wraps and high-protein homemade chocolate bar. Honestly, I couldn't even understand why half the meals that he sent me on the plan were actually on there. And this is the funny part. There was female options on my plan, my personalized plan that took Greg 4 days to apparently write out. It had female options on it. Does that not say enough? The plan that he sent me, it wasn't personalized. It was a fucking copy and pasted plan. I wish I could show you the whole plan that he gave me, but I'm scared he'd like sue me. He basically sent me a glorified recipe book that he sends me to every single one of his clients. The only thing he told me to do was to hit a certain amount of calories with the meals that I had to choose from the plan myself to basically create my own plan. When I specifically told him from a coaching standpoint, I like to be told exactly what to eat, when to eat it, and how many grams of each ingredient I'm meant to consume. I didn't even request to be told anything complicated like times of the day to consume the foods. I literally asked for the most basic things, and he sent me exactly what I didn't ask for. And just in case everyone thinks I'm being like a little bit picky, or you know, I just wasn't happy with his plan, but it was actually amazing. Quinton, the massive guy that I've been training with in the gym, Valerie, who's also part of our friendship group, and Regan Grimes, if you don't believe these people, all these people at the Muscle Mansion, which is the house that most of these people live, I showed them Greg's plan and they literally laughed. They were embarrassed. And the thing is, Quinton is a fan of Greg. He loves Greg videos. He finds him so intelligent and so entertaining. But when he read the plan that Greg gave me, he was just like, this is the shittest thing I have ever seen. This is like embarrassing. He was reading through the ingredients and just like the meals that he gave me and just couldn't believe. And when he saw that there was female options in my plan, which is meant to be personalized, he just couldn't even fathom how full of shit Greg is, saying that he's like the #1 coach, and if you want to hire me for coaching, I'll turn you into a pro. Like the fact that he's got everyone brainwashed, all his subscribers, like in the comment section on the video that he made about me, saying Brandon made the worst mistake ever. I'm not being funny, but leaving Greg was the best thing that I could have ever done. I'm so sorry that like right now I'm getting quite heated and speaking a little bit fast and stuff, but I'm just so baffled. It's taken me a month. I haven't been with Greg for a month to just buck up the courage to be able to say this, because I didn't want to fucking embarrass him. He is a nice guy and he really does have good intentions, and I'm so thankful that he offered to coach me for free. But I'm sorry, the plan that he gave me, I could have fucking downloaded from bodybuilding.com. The only thing that Greg actually gave me which made any sense, that I was actually quite happy about, was the structured supplementation plan, which I began to take in September at the beginning of our coaching. Now this is the part that got to me. This is actually the first thing that bothered me in the whole month of coaching me. He didn't ask for a single check-in photo. He didn't even ask me how I was doing. He didn't ask me how I was feeling on the cycle. He didn't ask me anything. The only thing that Greg wanted to speak about was how much money he was making from YouTube videos and how like happy he was that all his subscribers were growing and he was getting paid X amount more money on YouTube. He would send me screenshots of his analytics on YouTube and how much money he was making as like a bragging right. Like I was meant to be impressed by how much money he's making. He wasn't really concerned about my health or, you know, what my well-being while following the plan. And as I said, he didn't ask for a single check-in photo, which I know he does state in the plan that he sends is up to the individual that is being coached to hold themselves accountable to send check-in photos themselves, to organize a time for Greg and the client to have a conversation about how they're feeling on the plan. Now, I'm not being funny, but I feel bad for his paying clients, because if you're charging $5 fucking grand, this is pissing me off, mate. If you're charging $5 grand, the least you can do is give a shit enough to ask them how they are. And you know what? If the person that you're coaching is 2 days late with their check-in photos, the least you can do if you're being paid that much money, is say, hey dude, how you doing? I didn't receive your check-in photos last Sunday. Are you okay? What's going on with the plan? I'm not being funny, but my coach now, Callum, he calls me every single day, messages me every single day, asking me how I am, if I'm digesting the food okay, how I'm feeling after every single meal. Once a week, he will send me an updated plan with a video annotation of him breaking down all the changes, all the macros, how it's going to affect my body, future plans. And this is like a 5-minute production that he makes specifically for me, when Greg can't even text a single one of his clients weekly to say, oh dude, are you good? Are you feeling okay? I know you've paid $5 for my plan. And I actually spoke to one of Greg's previous clients in the gym that actually trains at Pure Muscle and Fitness. And he told me that when he actually contacted Greg for an update on his plan, the text message that Greg sent to him was, I'm not telling you shit until you pay me. If this doesn't say enough about the type of guy Greg is, I wish I could show you this, but in regards to the meal options that he gave me to create my own plan, he didn't even give me like the grammage of rice. He gave me the exact calorie amount. So I had to type it into MyFitnessPal to work out exactly how many grams of each ingredient for each meal I had to have. He did it reverse. At this point, I'm just like, what the fuck is the point in having a coach when I'm literally just coaching myself? Brittany's here trying to work out this fucking plan with me, and she left university with a 4.0. She's probably one of the smartest people I have ever met, so much more smarter than me, and she's looking at this plan, scrolling, and she is absolutely baffled. She's just like, what is this shit? And I'm just over here like an absolute idiot saying on YouTube, oh yeah, this is the best plan ever, because Greg, out of the kindness of his heart, has decided to create me a personalized plan for free. So I feel obliged, like it's my responsibility to come online and say, you know what, Greg's plan is amazing. After a month of following the plan, when Greg made his reaction video to my updated physique pictures, which I just like randomly sent him, I was like, hey dude, if you give a shit, this is what I'm currently looking like a month after the plan. Obviously, I made progress. I had been cruising for about 4 months before I started taking the cycle that he gave me, and obviously introducing compounds to my body that I've never taken. I was going to progress. It would have been, I could have eaten literally anything with, you know, an overall consensus of like eating the right foods and taking the cycle that he told me to take, and I would have progressed. I gained about 15 pounds. Yes, a little bit of muscle, and yes, a little bit of water weight, and I was really happy with my progress, but there is no way I was going to be okay with Greg being like, I'm such an amazing coach. The only reason Brandon just gained 15 pounds is because of my intellect and how intelligent I am and this amazing plan that I've sent him. And I'm just like, dude, mate, I'm watching this video and I'm feeling absolutely embarrassed. It's just an absolute mockery. I'm not being funny, mate, but you're an absolute embarrassment to coaches. People that spend hours and hours and hours and hours personalizing people's plans and sending them video annotations of the changes to their diets and really caring about their clients and calling them on WhatsApp and checking in and making sure they're okay, mate. You just don't give a shit. And the fact that you have tried to make me look bad in a YouTube video and you got about 2,000 people in your comments licking your ass, mate, when in actuality, like, I'm not being funny, but I hate to say it, you are very smart. You have been on this planet for a very long time and you do know what you're talking about, but you don't give a shit about your clients. You spew the knowledge that you do have on YouTube, which is combined with the essence of just speaking shit about so many people in the industry. Like Stephanie Buttermore, she's not entitled to body image because I feel great all the time and a lot of my clients feel great about themselves. Not everyone has bad body image, but I'm not being funny, mate. She's a vulnerable fucking girl and you're there ripping her apart. Going through a really difficult time in her life. She's gaining weight and she doesn't know what's going on. She initially set a plan for herself and it really didn't work out the way she wanted, but you're here making YouTube videos, probably making her feel worse about herself. And I'm meant to be one of your clients promoting your coaching online, and I'm just like here just being absolutely embarrassed to call someone like you my coach. Man, this is a joke. I've actually written down bullet points because I'm not finished yet.
Anyone that's a client, just write down what my plans really say so that he's not like, so that you don't think I'm making this shit up. Like, he'll be like, Greg says to eat 200 calories of rice, and then I have to go on MyFitnessPal to find out how much that is. Even though it says right there, 1 cup of rice, which is equal to 200 calories. Or, for example, what else? Oh, he put the summary of the calories that I have at the bottom of the page. The summary of the entire, I think he had 68 options on his plan. He said I gave him 300. I think it was 60, I don't have memorized. And then I summarized it by saying, like, to give extra information, like, you know, this is the range of calories you'll be in. Some days will be lower, a little higher, whatever. And he made it look like that was his diet plan, that I didn't actually tell him what to exactly eat. Or he says that I didn't say what time he could eat food, even though the first part, like, it'll say his name at the top, and then the next part says meal 1, and it'll say what time, and like
I'm not sure the exact date, but I think it was around September, maybe October time. Me and Greg actually started working together. He sent me a questionnaire. I had to fill out the whole questionnaire. After I had to grammar check the questionnaire, fill out all the questions, send it back to him with the plethora of information that I gave him to create my personalized diet plan. I'm gonna specify and I'm gonna repeat the word personalized, because Greg, for his paying clients, charges for a 16-week contest prep diet and training 4,700 Canadian, let's just say 5,000 Canadian, which is about 2.5, maybe 3,000 British pound for a 16-week prep, which already is absolutely outrageous. But because of Greg's, high demand, he thinks he can charge that amount for his personalized coaching because he is such a prestigious YouTube famous coach.
And you say my prices? Yeah. I was up 18 hours yesterday because that's how many clients I coach. That's how many people feel that they're willing to pay that. Oh, and the best part, I literally dropped the weight. I was at the gym as I listened to this, saying that I told a client, my words, that he had to, it had the word shit in it, and pay me or something shit. And it's like, I don't even talk like that, ever. Like, it's not something I could have possibly have said. So he's making up lies, and I'm not going to share all the lies that everyone's been sending me about what he's done.